So, as usual, we mind our business, and then we were woken up yesterday morning to this story about Yul Edochie, and the whole of Nigeria is talking about it, but until the ladies talk about it, you ain't heard nothing yet. Yeah. So I saw a message on Nigerian Occasion this morning. Somebody was saying, I don't know the guy's name, but saying that all the ladies in the society who are condemning polygamy online, who then are the ladies dating married men offline, spirits, I guess. The Nigerian Pharisees and Sadducees are deadlier than those ones in the scriptures and pretenders and liars everywhere.
The guy is right.
So what he's saying that, so the conversation really is about polygamy.
Yeah.
And the question is, should we begin to accept polygamy, or should we continually frown against polygamy, especially because when two people are committed to each other, you know, and they promise and they vow to stay together through thick and thin, and they're committed to one another. So are we now disrupting that vow to say, no, let us accommodate somebody else? Because, hey, is that the new thing? Because we are all committed here. We all have committed relationships here. Is this something we can think of? This is a woman, 17 years.
You know, for some religions that is spelt out, there are processes to how it's done. But Christianity, when it comes to polygamy, is not spelt out. So you can't say present, because when we're signing that agreement, we did not agree we're bringing somebody else. We did not have that discussion. As a Christian, you don't have that sort of discussion. It's me and you for better, for worse. So you would not now know if there's a dating before, and definitely there will be a dating before. There will be a cheating before. There will be a side chickism before, before you now bring that person out. So, but for those religions that and traditions that, you know, this is expected, they would have an upfront conversation. They are not hiding it. Now, the question is, this guy claims to be a Christian, and now he's comfortable enough to present a second wife. And people are asking, should we tell ourselves the truth as Africans, that this monogamy is not working? Because the people who introduced monogamy to us have found a way to even be accepting same-sex. It's not even working for them. So they've diverted their attention. They are going different places just to satisfy themselves. Shouldn't they leave us, Africans, to face the one that has worked for our forefathers for a very long time and is working for us, which is polygamy? Because the truth is, those women, like you mentioned in your introduction, that go behind to chase or follow these men, there are people in your society, there are people in your churches, they are everywhere. And there were posts highlighting the fact that women are now more comfortable dating married men. So as we're sitting here now forming, we have our man looking at us. There are women who would do anything to collect Mr. Brown.
What's Mr. Brown?
I'm just saying. Why
did you use the elbow?
Why did you use your own as an example?
You can't use Mr. Brown.
This kind of conversation you use.
You can't use Mr. Brown. You can't call Mr. Brown. She's starting Mr. Ugo now. She's starting Mr. Ugo.
No, hold on. I said you were here 3 or 4 days, and I was coming like this.
No, come like this. Stand like this. Stand like this.
But let us talk about this culture, this African culture that we like to carry on our heads.
Yes, please.
This is our culture.
27 wives. Fela had 27 wives.
Yes, this is our culture. This is how God made us. Especially when he was making Africans, he said, put in 2 drops of polygamy, please. Only Africans have it. But let me blow your mind. It's not only about Africans. The world.
I said men.
No, I'm not talking to just you. Just to Nigerians in general. And, you know, BC had mentioned something about our culture. And maybe we should start questioning.
Looking at it.
Good. But the thing is, this men wanting more than one woman is not an African thing. It's a world thing. It's a man thing. Yeah. Men have always wanted more than one woman. But with civilization, with civilization, you know, the times evolve. People are changing. People are looking for ways in which to, you know, better the lives of people. So women have always had the short end of the stick when it comes to things like this. And civilization has always tried to find ways in which to make it easier for women. Because in marriage, a woman is always the one that would have the issues. Yes. She carries the burdens of whatever failures that marriage comes with. So before now, Oyinbo people, they will tell you, in fact, I was reading, they say in ancient Rome, men would say, wives are for our lineage, to make sure that our lineage never dies. Concubines are there so that we can have constant attention when we need it. Mistresses are for our pleasure. Men have always wanted more women. But if civilization what good civilization does is it tries to protect us women. That when you find yourself in situations like that, you don't totally lose out. So like with a Yul Edochie now, people will be saying, if the woman does not like it, she should leave. But she should leave with what? And should leave to what? Oyinbo people will say, I'm leaving 50-50. Nigerians can take these decisions. They know that there's no 50-50.
Simple.
So it's easy to make that decision.
Nothing at stake.
Yes. There's no cost to when you break a contract. Yeah. It's a contract and you're broken it. There's no cost. So the woman now would now have to fend for herself. So you now find bitter women in marriages because they realize I've put in 17 years of all my hard work and everything. May not be tangible enough for me to put it down in financial terms, but I've given everything in this marriage. And now you're telling me because he's done it, I should leave. I will not leave. I'll wait here and hope that my children will somehow clean my tears.
For a second. I have a couple of Ghana.
Right.
I'll come to you to YK.
What I would suggest women do now is before you marry, prenup.
Yeah.
If you have a prenup, he cannot break the contract.
Yes.
Say, look,
and if he breaks it, he knows the consequences.
It must cost him something.
Because women don't protect themselves. So you use this as an example. Start to protect yourselves. My mother, for instance, she was married to my father. My father started having girlfriends very, very early on. Then one day he woke up and said, I want to marry 27 wives. Wow. Now, she was upset, but it wasn't a deal breaker for her. But what happened? When she died, 3/4 of his property went to her. That was her staying power. Yes. So now, decide on what you want. So, and my mother that doesn't care for Kini, what happened? Her own children collected. So, that was a sacrifice she made. Yes. But she loved my father. She loved my father to distraction. Plenty women or no plenty women. My father actually, I've heard my father make statement that after he married his 27 wives and they were unfaithful, he made this statement. I don't know what is wrong with them. I'm faithful to them.
To all 27? I love that.
I mean, so when you tell people that I said I'm faithful to my 27 wives, say, before God.
Well, you see, so I think that's what our message should be today. If he's going to leave, if he's going to bring somebody else, I must know what belongs to me.